Okay, what if I told you that you could build a really strong, defined back right at home in just 6 minutes? And get this, with absolutely zero special equipment. That is the wild promise we're digging into today. And honestly, it might completely flip how you think about working out at home.
But first, we've got to tackle the big question, right? It's the one that trips up so many of us when we try to train at home. Can you really build a powerful back without a gym? I mean, without all the pull-up bars, the cables, the heavy weights that everyone says are absolutely essential?
You know, the common thinking is pretty simple. No pull-up bar means no back workout, period. And for a lot of people, the back feels like that one impossible muscle group to hit effectively when you're just stuck inside your own four walls.
And that really brings us right to the heart of the issue, what we're calling the at-home back problem.
It's such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You know what I mean. You can bang out push-ups for your chest, do squats for your legs all day long, but when it comes to your back, it just feels like you've slammed into a brick wall.
But what if that whole idea is just wrong? This is where the source material we're looking at today introduces a pretty radical solution.
Yep, 6 minutes. That's it. The whole promise here is built on this insane level of efficiency. We're not talking 60 minutes, not even 30, just 6. The entire idea is to swap out long duration for pure intensity.
And here's the really cool part. It's a high-intensity workout that totally gets around the need for any equipment. The whole philosophy is built on just two things: a really short, intense blast of effort and absolutely no need for a pull-up bar.
And when you put them side by side, the difference is just wow. Think about it. On one side, you've got the traditional gym, the travel time, the membership fees, waiting around for machines. And on the other, a 6-minute workout that costs you nothing and just uses stuff you already have. It's a complete game changer.
So how in the world is this even possible? Well, it all boils down to two key principles. And the first one is all about unlocking your body's own natural pulling power.
See, the goal here isn't to get bogged down isolating tiny little muscles with fancy, complicated machines. Nope, it's about building something way more fundamental, way more functional. It's about raw power.
So what exactly is raw pulling power? Well, think of it like this. It's the most basic, fundamental strength your body has to pull stuff towards you. You know, like yanking open a heavy door or hoisting a heavy suitcase. This workout is all about building that foundational strength above everything else. Okay, let's move on to the second principle. Now, this one's a little more technical, but it is absolutely crucial. It's all about mastering something called scapular control. Honestly, this is the secret sauce. Your ability to actually engage your back muscles and get real results from these simple moves, it all comes down to mastering this one thing. To put it simply, scapular control just means consciously using your mind to control your shoulder blades. Think about it. Without it, when you do a row, your arms and biceps take over and do all the work. But with it, you force your big, powerful back muscles, your lats, your rhomboids, to actually light up and do the heavy lifting. That is the key that makes a simple bodyweight row so incredibly effective. And this is why getting these concepts is so important. Focusing on pulling power and scapular control, that's the why behind the how. It takes you from being someone who's just mindlessly going through the motions to someone who actually understands how to make every single rep count. All right, so principles are great and all, but let's get practical. How do you actually do this? Well, the best part is you don't need to buy a single thing. Your gym is already all around you. So here's your equipment list. That's it. 2 sturdy chairs, maybe a solid table, really any stable surface you can do rows on. We are literally talking about stuff that pretty much everyone has in their house right now. The whole workout format is super simple. First, you just find your bar, whether that's a couple of chairs or a table. Second, you set a timer because the goal is high intensity in a short amount of time. And third, and this is the most important part, your entire focus has to be on your form and on that scapular control we were just talking about. So when you boil it all down, the big takeaway here is really powerful. Real effectiveness in your workouts, it doesn't come from having the fanciest gear or the most expensive gym membership. It comes from understanding and actually applying the basic principles of how your body moves. And that leaves us with a really cool final thought to chew on. I mean, if you can turn a couple of chairs into a legit back machine just by applying the right knowledge, it kind of makes you wonder, right? What else in your home is just a hidden gem waiting for you to discover it?